Thanks for joining us again on the News Hour on BISCON Television. I am Stella Para. First, the headlines. On the national scene, police released 2 officers over Bolanle Rahim's case. OB picks Obasanjo's ex-aide Osuntokun as replacement for Okupe. In business news, IMF warns Nigeria over dwindling oil revenue. On the foreign scene, Russia rejects Ukraine peace summit proposal. Diplomacy 404. And in the world of sports, Osimhen tops Serie A 2022 scorers chart. Now the news in detail. Police command in Lagos State says 2 police officers arrested with ASP Dambri Vandi over the alleged killing of Mrs. Bolanle Rahim would be released today, Tuesday, as they were not involved in the crime. The command spokesperson, SP Benjamin Hunde, confirmed this to newsmen on Tuesday while giving an update on the killing. It was reported that the police in Lagos on Christmas Day arrested an assistant superintendent of police, Dambri Vandi, and 2 other officers attached to Ajiwe police station in Aja area for allegedly killing one Mrs. Omobolanle Rahim, a lawyer, same day. Hunde said they were taken into protective custody immediately and were later transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department for thorough investigation. He said that the 2 police officers arrested with the ASP were detained for interrogation and testimonies. On the update about similar killing of one Gafaro Brimo on December 7 by a police officer from the same Ajiwe police station, Hunde said that the officer was still in detention, yet to be charged to court. The image maker said the police officer was yet to be arraigned because his dismissal order has not been released. The Nigerian Christian Pilgrim Commission, NCPC, has airlifted about 280 intending Christian pilgrims of Taraba and Gombe states from the Yola International Airport on Tuesday to Israel and Jordan. Addressing the intending pilgrims at the Yola International Airport before their departure, NCPC Executive Secretary Yakubu Pam expressed delight that this was the first time pilgrims would be airlifted directly to the Holy Land since his assumption of office in 2020. Pam commended the Executive Governor of Taraba State, Darius Ishako, for sponsoring the number of Christians to the Holy Land despite all odds. He described Governor Ishako as a pilgrimage-friendly governor who has eloquent testimonies of the benefits of Christian pilgrimage in his life. Pam also applauded the Executive Governor of Gombe State, Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, for supporting the Christians in the state to embark on a holy pilgrimage at a time like this. He explained that though being a Muslim, the governor saw the need to sponsor Christians so that they could go to the Holy Land to pray. The NCPC boss admonished the intending pilgrims to be good ambassadors of Nigeria while in the Holy Land. The Labour Party has appointed former political advisor to President Olusegun Obasanjo, Mr. Akin Osuntokun, as the new Director General of its presidential campaign. This was announced by the party's national chairman, Julius Abure, in Abuja on Tuesday. He said the decision was reached after wide consultations with party stakeholders across board. We'll take a short break now, and when we come back, we'll bring you business news. Stay with us. Welcome back to the News Hour on BISCON Television. Now to business news. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has warned Nigeria and other oil-producing countries in sub-Saharan Africa to expect dwindling oil revenues in the coming years as the world transitions from fossil fuels to cleaner energy. In a new report titled, "Savings from Oil Revenues Could Help Africa's Producers Manage Price Swings," the fund said oil exporters in sub-Saharan Africa should target buffers of around 5 to 10% of gross domestic product to manage large swings in oil prices. It means Nigeria would need to maintain annual fiscal surpluses of at least 1% per annum over a 10-year period. IMF's latest regional economic outlook showed that oil prices have fluctuated from lows of $23 per barrel to a peak of $120 in the last 2 years, resulting in highly uncertain revenues in oil-dependent economies. Meanwhile, IMF has said Nigeria and other countries' economies have grown below the regional average of 3.6% this year. The Washington, D.C.-based financial body said that consumer prices had increased by more than 20% on average this year, while public debt was approaching 60% of gross domestic product, a level not seen since the early 2000s. We'll take another break. When we'll come back, we'll bring you foreign news. Stay tuned. Thanks for staying with us on the News Hour on BISCON Television. You can also watch us live by downloading the BISCON TV app on the Android and iOS devices or visit our YouTube channel. Now, the foreign scene. Russia on Tuesday rejected Kyiv's proposal for a United Nations sanctioned peace summit by likening it to a computer error and calling it diplomacy 404. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba told the Associated Press on Monday that Ukraine wants a peace summit within a 2-month time frame and called on United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres to serve as mediator. But Kuleba said that while Kyiv will try to win the war in 2023, it does not believe that Russia will take part in the summit. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky proposed a 10-step peace formula when addressing the G7 in October, which included a war tribunal to hold the Kremlin accountable for war crimes committed in Ukraine. Ukraine has deemed negotiating with Moscow impossible due to its ultimatums and illegal attempts to lay claim to Ukrainian territory, like the 4 regions Russia annexed earlier this year, as well as Crimea, which Russia has occupied since 2014. Kyiv argued on Monday that Russia should not even be a part of the UN Security Council and suggested it illegally held onto the position after the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. We're due for another break. When we'll come back, we'll bring you sports news. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching BISCON Television News. Now to the world of sports. Not taking goals scored from the penalty spot into account, Nigeria international Victor Osimhen leads the number of goals scored by strikers from open play in the Italian Serie A for the year 2022. Osimhen has been exceptional since he arrived in the Italian league from French league side Lille in 2020 and has turned into a prolific striker for Napoli. With 18 goals, the highest by any player in the Serie A in 2022, the 23-year-old leads the list of highest goals scored in the year under review. Lazio's Ciro Immobile is the top marksman in Serie A in 2022 with 20 goals, but 6 of the Italy international's goals came from the penalty spot, leaving him with 14 spotless strikes. Considered the best in the division, Osimhen has been without equal in front of goal. 9 of his goals have arrived during the 2022 and 2023 campaign, making him the top in Serie A this season. Osimhen's goals have been against Monza, Verona, Bologna, Roma, Sassuolo, Atalanta, and Udinese. Up next is entertainment news. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now to the showbiz scene. Nigerian superstar Rema has recorded another feat as his hit single Calm Down records over 1 million in sales in the US. In a report tweeted by reputable chart news platform Chart Data, Rema's Calm Down has sold over 1 million copies in the US. The post revealed that when the original version and the remix are combined, both versions have crossed 1 million in sales, which is an impressive feat for the budding superstar. Since its release in March 2022 as the lead single to Rema's debut album, Rave and Roses, Calm Down has enjoyed a massive run. The single later got a Selena Gomez remix, which earned Rema his first Billboard Hot 100 entry. Both versions of Calm Down has also crossed 1 billion streams across all platforms, which is another testament to its success. And that's it for now on the News Hour on BISCON Television. Compiled and produced by Jumoke Adeotiaino. I am Stella Para. Thanks for staying with us.